Good morning. How are ya? It is 8:04 in the morning on this June the 12th. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. Thanks for hanging out for coffee talk. My apologies. Running a couple of minutes late. I had to kick someone off the computer. No, I just we just had to move some computers in the weather department. But anyway, it's a lovely start to the day. I hope you have a wonderful day planned. But no matter what your plans are, I hope you have an opportunity to stay hydrated. As a matter of fact, I would say we need to make that a priority because it's going to be the kind of day where heat going to be dangerous. And that's just kind of the start. Here's a live look outside at the Kennedy Space Center. Looking beautiful out that way. But we've got that building heat. In terms of first warning, excuse me, live Doppler radar, here we go. Nice and quiet. Did have a couple little showers in southern Sumter, southern Lake counties earlier, but that's done and over with. We're headed to the 90s today, but right now we're sitting at 77 in Orlando. We're at about 75 in New Smyrna Beach, 73 in Palm Coast, and 74 degrees in Wildwood. No fog, no rain, no nothing. So nice quiet start to the day, and I love to say it. It's looking good through the day. It's going to be hot, but it's going to be beautiful. 87 our 11 o'clock temperature, 90 degrees by 1 p.m. Yeah, 93 degrees our high temperature. I hope you're ready for it. Yeah, good times. Good morning, everybody. How are you? Taylor, good morning. Nancy, Pat, how are you? Janice says he's back. Oh, I'm back, baby. I'm back. Good morning to you. Angel, good morning. Or is it Angel? Good morning to you. Mike, good morning. Good morning. Frank, how are you? Oh, look at everybody. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed we are, huh? We have our coffee. Does everybody have their coffee? Let's make sure. Ziggy zaggy, right? All right, Janice, good morning. Good morning. Let's see here. Hope says, Mr. Eric, send rain. You know, if I could, I would. And not just for you, but like all of us, because it's going to get hot. And that's the problem in this kind of a weather pattern is without rain, these temperatures just continue to build. Take a look at today's high temperature forecast, okay? 93 in Orlando, 92 in Leesburg, 91 degrees in Ocala. And that's not even the worst of it. Seriously, are you ready? You want to talk about building heat? Look at the next couple of days, okay? 95 tomorrow, feels like temperature is 102. 95 on Wednesday, feels like temperature is 105. Ugh, that's gonna hit you right in the stomach, right? Man. And then 94 on Thursday feels like temperature is going to be 103. So area wide across Central Florida, we're talking about big heat. So we need to remember a couple of things, okay? I know that this is cheesy, but I don't really care. When it comes to the heat safety, we have to remember our pets. Make sure that they drink plenty of liquid. Make sure that they stay off of the asphalt and the concrete. If you're taking them for a walk, make sure that we can do the grass, right? And then you've got to remember, like dogs, they don't sweat. So difficulty breathing, weakness, they're so flipping loyal. They'll go to the ends of the earth to satisfy us. So we have got to remember them. And then, of course, for us, I'll never forget, I had a friend in West Palm who worked outside for a living. He was an auto mechanic. He went up to McDonald's to grab a bite, got his lunch, went through the drive-through, parked in the parking lot to have his lunch, and died. Seriously, no joke. So if we work outside, and it was just like this, it was like the first heat swing of the year. So take the heat seriously. Keep yourself hydrated. And sometimes water doesn't do enough. The electrolytes are very important too. Gatorade, Powerade, yada yada. I don't care what the brand is. Don't overdo it. And you know, I throw that heat towel on my neck if I'm out at the theme parks or what have you. But whatever we're doing, we just need to really and truly keep focused on protecting ourselves from the heat. And for those of you that are like, well, it's Florida, it's going to get hot. I get that. I can totally sympathize with that. Okay. But, you know, it's still dangerous. We're into that extreme caution category today with feels like temperatures making it to 100 degrees. But again, it's getting worse and worse the next couple of days. So let's just make sure that we're prepared for it. Let's just make sure that we're taken care of, okay? As long as we do that, we're good to go. That's all. Cindy says, I look well rested. Listen, Couple of days out at the theme parks. We'll do a lot of good things. Chicken soup to the soul, but it won't rest you. I promise you. Megan Mackey and I were talking about this just earlier today. Like, busted, right? Like,
Oh
busted.
yeah, it's like you almost have like a Disney hangover.
It's a hangover.
Yeah,
I don't even drink.
yeah.
Although Jeannie did get like a pina colada,
Oh yeah.
pina.
Pina colada.
Okay, whatever it is.
Those hit in the summer.
I had a couple sips.
Yeah.
Totally boot. Like, I can't drink. I have a couple of sips and I'm just like, whew. But it was at the hotel. We weren't driving anywhere. But that thing was great. But yeah, totally exhausted.
It takes it in the sun.
The sun, and then you've got the screaming kids. Like yesterday, we hit our point. We were done. And little Eric was like freaking out. It was as if somebody was stabbing him.
Oh, no.
He was throwing such a fit at the pool at the hotel.
Why? He was just done.
He didn't want to get out of the pool.
Oh.
He wanted to stay in the pool the whole day. And my first text from the wife was, kids are awake. The second text, and here starts Eric's crying. So I'm not at the phase of life yet where I can be well rested from vacations. Maybe one of these days I can get there. I know. I'm not wishing it away. I'm not wishing it away at all. But, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. But good morning. Yes, I did shave. I had to get a new razor for it, too. Like, I use a razor until it's straight up dull. But because I went 4 days without shaving, I needed the fresh razor on my on my little Joe Dirt facial hair situation that I had. Let's see here. Thank you, Arnett. It was a wonderful, wonderful vacation. Wonderful vacation. Taylor says, I have very strong coffee this morning. The baby thought 3 a.m. was an appropriate time to wake up for 2 hours. The nights are long, but the seasons are short. We just have to keep reminding ourselves, right, Taylor? We have to keep reminding ourselves. You got this, Mama. You got this. You got this. Mickey says, sounds like I'm going to be jumping into my pool all this week. Yes. And it's not just a good forecast either. It's a great forecast because we don't have to be like super on alert for thunderstorms. There will be a few showers, but there's not going to be a huge coverage. Okay. Sharon's asking, is this hotter than usual this time of year? The answer is yes. Yes, it is. We're going to go for a walk. That way I can get the pod here ready for big weather. But yeah, I'm going to go say hi to Christina here in a minute. Yeah. So when we talk about temperatures here, okay, I'm just going to pop it up full screen while I try and futz with this computer. Think about it like this. The average high temperature for us this time of year is roughly 91. Now, we can get into decimals and we can get into location and all that stuff, but 91 is about the average this time of year, and we are running obviously above that. So yes, we're definitely above average. Annie says, I just did a thing and bought a dog stroller. On a day like this, on a week like this, I get it. Like, I'm one of those people, I'm not going to lie, I'm one of those people that when I see somebody in winter walking a dog in a dog stroller, I make fun of them internally. But when it's like 900 degrees outside, I mean, if you're going somewhere, there's a safety element that needs to be considered. But don't use it in the winter. Like, that dog can walk when it's 70 degrees outside, Mickey says at least the GFS wasn't right. Couldn't have imagined temperatures in the 100s and feels like it's in the 110s. Well, let's just look and see where the GFS is right now. Let's have some fun, right? Let's just check in and see what the GFS is showing, shall we? Yeah, the GFS is also showing a high temperature of 75 on Saturday, the 24th of June. Guess what, friends? That's not happening. The 24th, that's not even cute. It's hilarious. Ay. So where do we go from here, though, right? So we know that the next couple of days are going to be hot. But beyond that, the 7-day forecast at least gives us an illustration of heat continuing through the week. But then, moreover, Interestingly enough, what we end up with is keeping the heat around, but adding in thunderstorms by late this week into the weekend. All right? Father's Day weekend will look very summer like. Yeah. It's going to look very summer like. Let's see here. Just because Florida's going to Florida doesn't mean you don't have to take precautions. That's exactly correct. That's exactly correct. Where are we at in the rundown? I just need to see where I'm at so I can do TV here. All right, so I'm after space stuff. Okay. Hope everything's okay, Chris. Expecting a phone call about the surgery. Hoping everything's okay, bud. Laura says, I always worry about my husband this time of year doing lawn care all day. 100%. Throw that boy some Gatorades or Powerades or whatever. Hydration, and breaks. Tell that husband of yours to slow it down. Seriously, we don't need to be. I will forever tell everybody about Billy Stanley down in Lake Worth. I will forever tell everybody about Billy Stanley. Lost his life on a day like this because he pushed it too hard. Heat stroke is a real thing. I'm happy for you. Thank you very much, Nancy. And then I got to make some bolognese last night, so it was a good day. It was a good day. Oh yeah, Taylor, we're gonna do a field trip here in a couple of minutes when I have to go do TV.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna say this now in case I have to leave in a hurry. Be the stars. Thank you, buddy. Take care. Take care. Our
Thank
puppy
you.
gets into our toddler's stroller after she does her business. That's adorable. That's adorable. When I see people walking dogs on asphalt, I cringe. I say something. If I see, in this kind of weather, if I see somebody walking a dog on the street or something, like I'll say something. In my neighborhood, here's the thing. And you know, everybody has this person. In my neighborhood, like as long as you clean up after your dog, you should walk your dog on the grass this time of year. Now, if you're that person, and I've watched them do it, where like the dog takes a deucer the size of a Thanksgiving plate, and then you leave it, and then my children play in it. What is wrong with you? And people do that. Like I watch it, and I'm just like, you gonna clean up after your dog? Ay, 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 ay. It's something else. We've all, anybody who lives with other people or around, um, should know. I digress. All right. I put two. Let's see here. All right, now it's time to go for a walk. No dog should be out in this heat. Oh, amen to that. I try to make my dog walk on the grass, and he always wants off. Well, that's true. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, right? So you just have to do the best you can. Beer fridge in the garage. There you go. I have a small sign in my front yard, no poo. I mean, it's just like some people are so rude. All right. Yeah, Jeannie Rowan says there's a lot of concrete in this world. There is. If golf spikes put holes in asphalt in summer, imagine what it does to dog paws. That's interesting. All right. Stand by, everybody. Stand by. 39th launch so far this year. They're on a roll, and it's 230th Falcon 9 mission. NASA astronauts Stephen Moe and Lee Hoberg are getting ready for another spacewalk this week at the International Space Station. They're installing a new solar array, and it's all part of upgrades to the power system. The walk is set to begin at 9:15 Thursday morning. It'll last roughly 6.5 hours. Let's get you out the door at 8:17 with a check of our forecast. Get outside now. This is the cooler part of the day, Eric. All I'm thinking of is, as soon as the morning show's over, how quickly can I get home to mow the grass before Mother Nature throws the heat in, right? These temperatures are climbing quickly, Christina. Good morning to you. It is at least beautiful as we look over Brevard County at the Melbourne Airport. 75 degrees the current temperature. But that 75 already has quite a feel to it. 78 just up the road here in Titusville. It's 78 now in Orlando. My window to mow the lawn is closing. If it wasn't for that HOA, I would just let it go another day, right? All right, first warning line top of the radar. Quiet from shore to shore. Did have a couple of showers earlier this morning, but looking through the day, we'll watch those temperatures climb. 90 degrees 1 p.m., 93 degrees our 3 o'clock temperature. Average high is 91, so we're running above average, but notice from about lunchtime to about dinner time, we're staying in that hot window. Then we develop in a couple of those passing showers. Here's a look at temperatures. 93 in Orlando, 92 in, say, St. Cloud, 92 degrees in Titusville, and 91 degrees in New Smyrna Beach. Even our beachside spots getting nice and hot. Feels like temperatures, just for example, in Leesburg, working up to nearly that century mark. But if we head over to Melbourne, we're into the hundreds. 102 is our feels like today, which puts us into extreme caution mode, which means we have got to stay hydrated. I will always tell the story of my friend Billy down in Lake Worth, Florida, down in South Florida. He worked outside. This is a true story. Man worked outside for a living. He was an auto mechanic. Died after grabbing a quick bite to eat from heat stroke. It could happen to any one of us. So keep hydrated and cool our body down. Head over to the beach perhaps. Seas running about 1 to 2, seas and surf. 1 o'clock on Futurecast, we're looking pretty good. A couple of popcorn showers out east of town, but that's it. So because we don't have the rain, we've got the thunderstorms? No. It's because of the no rain that we've got the heat building in, right? Here's Futurecast, hot and dry today. Tomorrow, the next day, the next day. We're building in that heat, above average temperatures, running 93 to 95, and the feels like temperatures are running even hotter than that. So remember, among other things, taking care of the pets, right? Make sure that they drink plenty of liquids and do not put those poor paws on the asphalt. It will burn them, and they're so loyal they won't even make a whimper about it. Out to the tropics, not anything happening. Love that too. Let's not wake the bear though, right? Central Florida's certified most accurate 7-day forecast showing showers and thunder showers reintroduced into the forecast by about Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but that midsummer heat continuing all the way through Father's Day. All right, it's just about 8:21 on a Monday morning. Good morning to you, Megan.
Good morning, Eric. Pretty busy out there on the roads. I am monitoring
All right, so we've got a couple of minutes, and then we've got a couple of hits, and then we can talk tropics after that. But, you know. Ugh. Do you need the XL? Is that what you were looking for? All right, hold on a second. Let me help. You're on Max 2?
Yeah.
Let me load it up.
Keep that in mind, so I'll keep my eye on that this morning. Also seeing some pretty heavy delays building along the I-4.
Stand by, everybody. Hold on a second.
Eastbound here at Osceola. Looking pretty slow moving here, but unfortunately, no crashes to be worried about along I-4. Eastbound right now.
Where am I at? Oh, model high-low. Always move it off of the core, because if you open it directly from the core, it will lock the file out. Okay, there it is. Okay, hi everybody. What were we talking about? We're talking about it being hot? What were y'all talking about when I was doing weather? While some of us were doing work around here. Let's see here. I had a job working outside. It lasted until the first really hot day. Got physically sick and had to quit. I'm serious when I tell y'all, Billy Stanley lost himself. Just a stray mic stand sitting over there. No, it's not a mic stand. So there's a weather cart that I put the computer down. I'll show it to you when I walk back over there. Do I have the rain totals from the storms yesterday afternoon? Let me look that up for you. Right. Stand by. Yesterday, so let's see, historical, 6/11.
Joy and Brad Ryan completed their goal to visit all 63 national parks.
Precipitation.
It took them 7 hours to get this done. Ryan says his 93-year-old
precipitation.
made history as the oldest living person to visit every
From 8
US
a.m.
national park.
All right, give me a second. All right, so from Citra. All right, it's loading. Stand by. Honestly, I don't see much rain up by you. In Citra, I see like 2/10 of an inch of rain, Brian. I see 2/10 of an inch. 0.15 to 0.17. Those are the numbers that I see. And I'm sure if you got rocked, it was probably more than that, so. Yeah. All right, let's see here. I still think they should have painted the plywood. Listen, that was a project during the pandemic that never ended up happening. Mike says, I guess I'm weird. I'd rather mow during the midday heat than mow in the morning or late afternoon and deal with the mosquitoes. That's interesting. I mean, I guess to each their own, right? It wasn't the McDonald's. We all know that. Janet, what determines the feels like temp? The dew point? Yeah, so there's a math equation, and it's the temperature and the dew point together. So I mean, and it's the real deal, y'all. I mean, it's not a joke. It's not a joke at all. All right, let's see here. New Smyrna Beach. We'll pop you up. Ooh, that's a pretty shot. All right. Oh, Pamela says I'm so good. Thank you. Hey, it's almost like it's my job, right? My 1-year-old just realized you were on and he ran over to watch with me. Laura, good morning. And little one, good morning. Good morning. There's a huge ash front in our pool. What? Is Jeannie talking about a frog in the pool? Oh, a frog. Oy vey. You're worried about a frog? Oh boy. Oh, she says it's huge. Okay, so there's that. Just swimming. Hold on a second. Take the net and get him out. Save his life. She's afraid of frogs. That's so funny. Let's see here. As an owner of a lawn care business, I hate mowing first thing and in the evening because of mosquitoes, especially our waterfront. Now, Laura, that's a good point. The waterfront properties, yeah. Could be. Oh, little Junie, good morning. I'm thankful for Debbie for getting the baby a battery fan for the car when we're stopped at lights. Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice, Taylor. I love it. About 4 p.m. yesterday afternoon, I had a very heavy downpour and very heavy winds. Interesting. Brian, it must have missed the weather stations. Yeah.
Tempest up that way?
I didn't even look, but now just west of Ocala, I've got 0.3. Now Williston got 1.36. So it just depends, I guess. Yeah. Up north of Ocala, like Citra.
Citra.
Thankfully, we have a decent-sized fenced-in backyard, and my dog has her favorite poop spot. And I shovel into the woods, never used once or twice a day. She's a little bed in the shower. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Yeah, definitely limit the time. But also, I mean, Stella has her spot too. My thing is, if the kids are walking and wanting to play in the front yard or something, anything up there?
Yeah, we had one in Sparg at 0.3.
0.3 in Spar. Yeah, that's in line with this. Okay, all right, we've got another cut in. Let's take another walk, everybody. All right, I'll show you the cart that I use. So we use this cart during severe weather. This is all I do is I put it on the cart. I just put it on the cart when I'm doing weather.
As for the woman who killed Owens, Susan Lorenz, she's still in jail this morning, being held on a $154,000 bond. Get out the door with a check of the roads this morning, Megan.
Christina, good morning. There are some slowdowns right now in the city. You're traveling along US 192. You can see there's a rollover track here at State Road 535. So you're heading out the door.
1 second.
Those westbound lanes are being diverted around this crash. Other than that, looking pretty smooth sailing on this Monday. This is the life before our tower camera looking from the roadway and towards mainland as well as towards downtown. Looking great this morning. But Eric, it is going to get hot out there later today.
Oh my goodness, yes it is. And 91 degrees is our average high temperature. We'll do that by like lunchtime today. It's a beautiful sight though as we look out toward the Halifax here in Volusia County. Already to 77 degrees in the city, 76 in the villages, 77 Daytona Beach. Nice quiet scan on our first warning live Doppler radar. So for today, 93 the high temperature, mostly dry conditions the next couple of days time. But look at that heat building, mid 90s all the way through the weekend. We're going to stay there all the way to next week.
Broadway's best were ready for their close-up
All right.
at the 76 Tony Awards. The nominees now adding a win to their list.
My cattle dog is funny. He likes the Frisbee so much this time of year. He has me throw it, catches it, and goes back in. Okay, so Jennifer, I have to ask, because at some point, we need to get another dog. Not saying that Stella's done, but like, there's, we need to have a contingency plan. So that I think involves some overlap. So we were looking at Australian cattle dogs just because I love that breed. But what say you? Jeannie's asking how a frog gets inside the pool enclosure.
Happens all the time.
How I wish that I was home to tease her right now.
Probably when I had the door open.
I mean, it could have been the door. Who knows? It could have been any number of things, right? Annie says, I need to put my butt in the sand this week. I live so close and just don't much anymore. Do it. Listen, I just got a little easy tent thing. I just got an easy tent thing. What is it? It's a cool cabana. All right, I got a cool cabana, and I paid full price for it. So don't go saying this is a sponsored anything. This is not a sponsor, but I got a cool cabana, and I can't wait to use it this week. I'm going to try and use it. Beverly says Stella needs to train her replacement. That's the idea. And with little kids, you know, you want to have like, you know, yes. Yes, we don't want to have that discussion. Australian cattle dogs are high energy. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you. They are high energy, and I do know that they need training. But that's the thing. Everybody that I've ever known that has an Australian cattle dog, it has been so well trained because they put the time in. So I just need to make sure I put the time in, you know? Yesterday you tweeted nothing going on in the tropics, but there's a big blob outside of Africa with some spin. Anything to watch? It's there, but for right now the models don't go crazy over it. I'll do this weather hit, and then we'll dial into the tropics. All right, that I can promise you. And Linda says, I feel her pain. Frogs are gross. Sure, they're gross, but like also, they're not gonna get you, right? As long as we all know, like, frogs are not going to get you. While we're still in the commercial break, let's say hello to our anchor friends. We got 10 seconds. Say good morning, everybody.
Hi, good morning.
All right, very good. Enough. Back to work, you two.
Yes, Dad.
Brrr. All right, let's do this hit, and then we can get into the tropics.
Potential voters are weighing in on current GOP profiles.
Plus, it's the first endorsement for Governor Ron DeSantis, why Oklahoma's governor believes he's the person to serve back-to-back terms.
It seems like sharks aren't enough to worry about on our floor. Look at this video. That's a bear. He decided to take a dip in the Gulf of Mexico with some beachgoers. Look, everybody went over there to go meet the bear.
Nope.
That's where I'm getting married in April, and my maid mom just texted me and was like, as long as that bear is gone by then, we're okay. So the bear is wrong, that's okay.
You're saying no? Thanks for doing us. It's gotta be
And I proceed to why, because we've got a lot to cover. Let's get over first to meteorologist Eric Burr. It's another beach that people are already out. Hopefully no bears.
No doubt. And by the way, if I could give you some advice for the wedding, I had an unexpected, uninvited guest show up to mine as well. It wasn't a bear though, it was a person. Like, how does that happen? So just, you know, leave, oh, that's a whole other story, Sonica's face right now. Just, all I'm saying is, have an extra plate, because you just never know, all right? Beautiful beach weather. I just love this. They're all over, they're like, what is happening right now? Beautiful beach weather here at New Smyrna Beach. It is a gorgeous forecast today. We're working warmer and warmer through the day. 89 degrees our lunchtime temperature. We're going to top on to 93 later on today. And only a 20% mention of a few quick passing showers. It's that southwest wind that's got you, okay? All right, temperatures, upper 70s already in Orlando. It's upper 70s in St. Cloud, closing in on 80 degrees for Palm Bay. First warning, live Doppler radar, rain-free. And it's because of this, through the afternoon, that those temperatures climb. We'll talk more about it in just a couple of minutes, but looks like an overturned car, Megan. Good morning.
Yeah, that's right, Eric. Good morning. If you're heading out the door, there are some lane closures this morning. This will be overturned vehicles here.
All right, hold on a second. I have two words. Justin Mosley.
Does Justin know that you're talking to him?
No, he brought a guest. Good morning. Yeah, anybody else have one of those? I invited a single friend, and he brought a date, and it was not a 2U plus guest. And did I just call him out straight up on Coffee Talk? Yes, I did. He'll never see it, though. And if any of you know Justin, don't tell him. All right. Where are we at here? Let me scroll up and see what comments I have missed here. They're so smart, so loyal. They have the best personalities, never a dull moment. I definitely want to, yeah. I definitely want to do. That's the breed I want. Got to find one up for adoption. I'm not a breeder guy. Stella paid $75 for her at the Miami-Dade Animal Care and Control. Have to find my next pup at a shelter as well. Let's see here. Love chat. Oh, thank you, Pamela. Love chatting with you as well. Beverly, Eric's feisty this morning. Here's the way to tell the feisty meter. If I woke up before 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to be a feisty guy. Lisa says, thank you so much for rescuing animals. It's the only way to fly. It's the only way to fly. Listen, when I joked with, so I adopted Stella and I was broke as a joke. I mean, like, I was barely, I just started, I mean, she's an old girl now. I was just starting TV, making scratch and quarters together. And I adopted her, and I think it was like $75. And I remember saying to them while adopting her, I was like, man, this is expensive. And the adoption place was like, it was Miami-Dade Animal Care, and they're like, this is where it starts. And I was like, what does that mean? I'd never had a dog before, so I had no idea. But confirmed, they're expensive. Janice says, I just adopted a dog. Good for you. Also, healers for rehoming. I need to look up where to do it, and I need to wait for the wife to give me the green light. Listen, we have a frog pet at home, apparently, that I have to go take care of. Try and rescue that pup. But when the dog, when Jeannie gives me the green light, we'll get there. When Jeannie gives me the green light. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the tropics. First off, a couple of things. El Nino has officially kicked in. We have officially crossed the threshold. All right. Very nice, quiet conditions out here in the tropical Atlantic. Nothing expected over the next 7 days' time, which certainly is a good thing. Now, that said, I forget who mentioned it, but yeah, there's a little wave coming off the coast of Africa. Not really anything that's expected to develop out that direction. It's there. Saharan dust kind of suppressing it, but we'll watch it and see. The Caribbean is nice and quiet. Nothing going on out there. What about on the computer models? Let's dial in. Hit that. Give me a second. Hit that. I'm going to have to log in, I'm sure. Do that. All right. Let's do, we'll do pressure anomaly. Okay, perfect. All right. So here is our pressure. And let's just look at the basin as a whole, just because there's that one little thing off the coast of Africa. So let's just check. Doing our thing. Nothing really. Maybe something there off of the northeast coast. Nothing crazy. Little CAG around Central America. Nothing crazy. Now this is, you see that though? Look in the open Atlantic, right where it says forecast high 91. You see that? Is that? Let's go back. That looks like not the wave that's out there now, but like the next wave. But listen, that would be the first MDR wave. You see that?
Oh, yeah.
Look at that, you guys. Look at that. Doesn't do a ton, but it moves into the care. And then look at that. Ha. There's the GFS being the GFS. I was gonna say the GFS backing us off. Oh well. So anyway, but that's kind of interesting. So the GFS is already trying to throw together something out off the coastline there of Africa. Meanwhile, let's come over and let's select Oh, for goodness sake. Making me look. All right, let me pull this up. Oceanic basin pressure anomaly. Okay. All right. This is the European. Let's just look and see if there's anything of note here. Da, 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 da. Nothing, nothing. Whole lot of nothing. Love that. Love that. Little something out in the open waters. Nothing crazy. There, look at that though. Yeah. Around the 26th, 27th, something in the open Atlantic. Ha ha. So there you go. Could be something to track out there in the next couple of weeks' time. But so far so good. Gotta love that. Gotta love that. Also go to a rescue site for the breed you're looking for and give pup a good home. We have 2 rescues right now and so many over the years. Oh yeah, rescue. Yeah. Now I got the Toto song in Africa. Yeah, listen, that monsoon is doing its thing. And then also water temperatures globally are hotter than they have ever been. Period. Paragraph. End of story. How is that playing in? Because you've got El Nino, which should suppress, but you've got hotter water temperatures, which should increase. So, how does that squeeze play work out? Yeah, interesting stuff. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow on Tracking the Tropics, at least a little more in depth than here on Coffee Talk. Tracking the Tropics at 10 o'clock tomorrow. But for now, let's check in. Oh, let me swap this over. Let's check in, see what's doing on Central Florida's certified most accurate 7-day forecast. And there you go. You got the showers and the thunder showers returning late week into the weekend. But in the meantime, friends, it is going to be hot, hot, hot. Like disgusting hot. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Plan accordingly. Sound good? Sound good? So I'm on Sunrise for another hour and 20 minutes on CW18. We've got coffee talk at 3:30 this afternoon, and then I'm off the rest of the week. I'll still be doing morning coffee talk. I'll still be doing that. We'll still be hanging out and doing our thing, but I'm off the rest of the week. I was supposed to be off today, but staffing, whatever. So it's just about a week. All right. All right. Listen, be the sunshine in someone else's day. See you for the next hour and 20 minutes on CW18, 3:30 this afternoon for the afternoon coffee talk, and then tomorrow coffee talk in the morning, plus tracking the tropics at 10 o'clock. Okay? Be good. Take care. Thank you all so much. Bye.